What's going on, guys? It's your boy Walkie Mandu, and yes, you're watching Wrenchtrenchers Garage, and yes, this is a different video, and yes, it's filmed on the same day. I just had to end the other video at some point, or else it's just going to drag on too long. However, we're right back, and what we're going to be doing is I'm just going to go ahead and do a mock-up. All I'm going to do is just kind of put you on a time lapse, and I'm just going to go ahead and just throw some stuff on here just to see how it looks kind of built up. And we're going to loosely fit all the other stuff on there, like that oil pan and a lot of these little accessories. We're just going to stick them all on there, see how they fit, see how they look. After that, I will go with a full assembly, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to do that. I'm going to start full assembly tomorrow, and gaskets and all that good stuff. So we're moving right along with this thing. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. So guys, today in the shop, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be degreeing the cam right there on the LS. I'm doing it a little sooner than I thought, which is good. It's good news that I'm doing it sooner, because I wasn't supposed to get my degree wheel until Wednesday, but it actually showed up yesterday, which was Sunday. So here it is Monday, and I've got pretty much an empty shop here. So let's go ahead and degree a cam. I haven't degreed cams in a very long time. Matter of fact, I had to go and review some of the stuff on YouTube. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead, I'm not gonna walk through it because there's tons of videos. Just type in how to degree a cam LS. You will find it. And I'm just gonna kind of go through some of my steps, how I'm doing it to kind of go through. But anyhow, what I'm gonna do is I'll go ahead and kind of walk through what I ended up getting. I ordered everything that I needed from Amazon. It was about 200 bucks for everything. I know it's probably a little pricey. I probably could have made half the stuff, like just with metal for the stuff that I got, but the prices weren't that bad in the long run. Okay, so the first thing that I want to show you, which is the most obvious thing, is this guy right here, just the Moroso Pro Wheel. So now the thing that I like about this is that the numbers are really big and you can actually see the actual degree. So just to show you my little setup, the first thing I did is I got a little piece of wire hanger, and I cut it, and then I formed it into a little pointer that I used off of the bolt right here. And then I got as close as I could to top dead center on this guy. And right behind there, I don't know if you can see down in there, the two chain gears have a small little dot on them, and I have them facing each other, so that at top dead center, those two things facing each other should indicate you know, top dead center on the compression stroke, with the cam and the piston all at top dead center, relatively close to top dead center. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use this thing right here to go ahead and find top dead center on the piston. So in order to help me do that, I'm going to be using a piston stop, which I got this from Amazon. I think it was like 18 bucks. It's like a billet, you know, anodized thing. So the next thing I wanted to show you guys is this dial indicator here, and basically it fits right down in the lifter bore, and you can take your measurements of where the top dead center is on the cam lobe. You can see it's got like a rounded edge and it's got like a flat edge, and the rounded edge is for rollers, which is what I have. I have a roller cam, and then this is for a flat tappet. Use whichever one that is with your setup, and then you can go ahead and start figuring where top dead center is on this guy, which is pretty cool. Okay guys, so like I said, not a tutorial on this, just how I'm doing it, but basically what we got here is the pointer is at 31.5 degrees. The first rotation I had was at 31 degrees. The next one I had at 32 degrees. You add that up, that's 63 degrees. You divide it by 2 and you get 31.5. So what you do is you move the little needle to 31.5 wherever it was. And as you see, I have it right there at 31.5. So what we'll do is we'll roll this guy around till it goes up and hits that guy again. Just keep rolling it. Keep rolling. Keep going. And then as the piston comes up, you got to slow down a little bit because you don't want to shoot the piston through your piston stop. That'll suck. And then once it hits the piston stop, you go and you check again. And as you can see, we're at 31.5 again. And I'm going to roll it back again so that way we are rolling in the direction of the engine, which is clockwise. We're just gonna roll it one more time. I'm gonna keep this camera on this thing now. Well, I'll probably show you. Piston's coming up again. Hits the piston stop, boop, and we are right about there. There we go, 31.5. Now, once I take this off and I set this wheel to 0, I know I am at true top dead center. The piston stopped out, and I rolled it to true top dead center, TDC right there. And as you can see, the piston is up as high as it can. Okay, so it's the following day in the shop, and it's bright and early, and I'm coming out to finish degreeing the cam. So guys, as you can see on the wheel here, I've done all of my calculation. I'm about 50 thousandths, and as you can see all my calculations down there, it's turned out that I'm supposed to have a center line on the intake of about 111, but I'm actually at 109.5. So that makes me about 2.5 degrees out. My cam angle is at 13.5. So I am a little bit I'm a little bit retarded on the timing. And I think the next thing to do is I'm going to use the keyway that is on this thing, and I'm going to go ahead and keyway this thing at about 2 degrees. I'm going to advance this thing at about 2 degrees, which should put me at a calculated angle of about 111.5, where I'm actually looking at 111, and being 0.5 degrees over is perfectly fine with me. We can deal with that. Also guys, one last thing, I want to give out a couple of shout outs. First shout out that I want to give out to is Bucks. Oh, with their win over the Giants. Hold on, wait. Never been Buccaneers yet. Okay, so they with their win over the Giants last night. That's kind of why I stopped, because I wanted to go catch the game. But anyway, I also want to give a big shout out to Dennis. He works with Fast Cat Porting. I'll leave his Instagram right there. But yeah, Fast Cat Porting. He is the one that sent me a message on Instagram to let me know that 4 of my pistons were in backwards. that was really stupid. But I fixed them. They're fixed. And I just want to say, hey, thanks, man, for pointing that out. Because if I hadn't caught it, disastrous. But thank you, Dennis. I appreciate it. Can't thank you enough. So, all right, guys, going back to work. Yeah. Okay, guys. Sorry, I didn't record anything. I was just kind of enamored with what I was doing. So as you guys can see, all the timing gear and all that stuff is off. My little tools are getting in order, starting to put things away. And basically what I wanted to show you is what's going on with the cam itself. So basically this is my cam card, which they had to email to me. This is my center line for the intake up here, which is 111. This is my exhaust center line, which is 116. And this is my LSA, which is a lobe separation angle. That is 13.5. And the only two numbers I was really concerned with were these two right here, which is that's usually where the power is made and moved and things like that. So that's the only thing I'm really worried about. This is what I ended up with when I advanced the key 2 degrees. It actually ended up a smaller number when I needed more. And then I redid it at 0, and then I got this again, I got 109.5, and then I ended up having to retard the thing, and then this is what I ended up with. I double checked it again, went back, did a second check, and I ended up maybe with a 0.75 difference, and I'm not worried about any of that. It just works out. After I retarded it, this is the exhaust lobe, after I retarded it at 2 degrees, and these are the numbers that I ended up with. And I ended up pretty much with the same thing, 7.5, 70.5, and then I got 160.5, which made the 231. Then I got 70, 161, same thing, 231 divided by 2. It all came out to the same thing as the 115.5 center line, and that is about as close as you're going to get to 116 on the exhaust. And then 111, I'm going to be somewhere in the 111.5 to 112 range. And 0.75 degrees, 0.5 degrees, maybe even 1 little degree, I am not going to worry about it. I think this is going to be just fine. So there you go, guys. A guy like me with not so great math skills can go ahead and degree a cam. So basically just follow the formula. There are tons of videos out. My favorite one is when Eric the car guy goes to a machine shop and has and the guy shows him how to degree the cam. That was probably one of the better explained ones that I've seen. So if you go to Eric the car guy cam timing, that's a really good video to watch to show you how to do this stuff. That's what I did, and then I read a bunch of stuff, and then I looked at a bunch of stuff, and next thing you know, I did a crash course. And even with my chicken scratch and terrible math, I ended up doing it. So I'm pretty close. I'm close enough to where I'm happy with it. So yeah, we can go ahead and start putting this thing back together, but not today. I have to end this video. I do apologize because I have a customer car that I have to take care of. So this is gonna go back under the sheet, and we can start some other stuff. And by the way, yeah, you guys keep wrenching. Wrench out. Peace.
Now I remember your smile.